Why was it considered an extremely wise decision for Luo Feng not to lend the treasure to the Nine Swords Venerable? How shocked would Luo Feng be upon first arriving on the primordial star? Who could have imagined that someone could unexpectedly find a treasure while simply walking? The story begins after the conclusion of that supreme meeting. The Chaos City Lord officially announced, 10 years later, the primordial star would open, and the human race would fully advance into this mysterious place closest to the origin of the universe. The rules of the primordial star were simple yet cruel. Treasures could be used personally or offered to the race in exchange for contribution points. However, once one joined the ranks of the universe's strongest, resources were no longer free. Everything had to be exchanged for contribution points. The meeting had barely ended when the real show began. A group of powerful figures arrived one after another, all with only one goal: Luo Feng's treasure. The first to arrive was the Nine Swords Venerable. He went straight to the point, wanting to borrow the treasure armor, offering 10 precious treasures as a reward, and even willing to have the virtual universe system judge the matter. Frankly, these conditions were indeed tempting. Luo Feng declined almost without hesitation. His reason was simple: he himself was going to the primordial star. Some might think he was heartless, but as time went on, they would understand how crucial this step was. The Nine Swords Venerable had barely left when the returning Venerable followed closely behind. This second senior brother was even more generous, offering 3 ordinary treasures as a reward, just to borrow Luo Feng's soul-type treasure. Keep in mind, even a cosmic overlord only possesses a few treasures. Such an offer would tempt anyone. However, Luo Feng still refused, for the same reason he too was going to the primordial star. But to be fair to Luo Feng, it wasn't that he didn't want to lend it was that he simply couldn't. His tower bead was a token of the Star Tower's recognition of its master. If it were fused with by a cosmic venerable, he would surely die. He couldn't say this outright, and could only silently bear the potential rift. More importantly, the dangers of the primordial star far exceeded expectations. Even the Blood Venerable admitted that he almost perished on his first trip there. Even a master of the universe could perish there. If Luo Feng lent out the supreme treasure and stepped onto the primordial star, it would be tantamount to suicide. After the news spread, many cosmic venerables were laughing at him, an immortal, with only the combat power of a mid-level cosmic venerable, carrying 6 supreme treasures into the primordial star. He was practically a walking treasure trove, pure suicide. But Luo Feng didn't care. He already had a plan to go to the Yen God clan, find his second senior brother, the Yen Emperor, and retrieve his own tribulation armor. After 3 months of arduous travel, Luo Feng finally arrived at the Yen mystic realm. After some twists and turns, he finally retrieved the tribulation armor from the unwilling Yen Emperor. This tribulation armor was a super treasure tailor-made for him by Zhuoshan Ku, its power comparable to the Chaos City Lord's 1000 treasure box. More importantly, its activation didn't depend on comprehension of laws, but only on the strength of his divine body. It was practically a trump card made specifically for Luo Feng. With the tribulation armor, he finally had the confidence to stand firm on the primordial star. With everything prepared, Luo Feng, disguised as a powerful member of the Starry Sky Beast Alliance, entered the teleportation channel of the primordial star with his golden horned beast avatar. The moment he entered the primordial star, he was truly awestruck. The primordial star was a full 100 billion kilometers in diameter, its space completely sealed off, making teleportation impossible, as was Divine Kingdom teleportation. The surface pressure was immense. Ordinary immortal gods would be crushed into nothingness upon entering. Even someone as powerful as Luo Feng found walking through it extremely difficult. But surprises often come unexpectedly. Who could have imagined that Luo Feng's first find on the primordial star would be something he found while walking? While strolling through an ancient forest, he kicked at something hard. Digging through the soil, he found a silver cube engraved with ancient runes. Upon closer inspection, it was a sealed treasure, its quality comparable to the Gust of Wind star. Frankly, his luck was unparalleled. No wonder the Nine Swords Venerable was willing to exchange 10 precious treasures for a single supreme treasure. It turns out that precious treasures are ridiculously abundant on the primordial star. You can practically pick them up just by walking around. But Luo Feng knew this was only the beginning. The primordial star's opening would last for 1,000 epochs, a time of both opportunity and danger. He waited in the mountains for 2 years, sensing the aura of a complete set of precious treasures 3 times, but each time he missed them due to the distance. Finally, a treasure appeared nearby, only to attract 3 high-level cosmic venerables from the prison clan. This was Luo Feng's first battle on the Primordial Star. He released his Nethersea avatar, and the Golden Horned Beast. Both avatars simultaneously surged in size, and combined with domain-type treasures to suppress their opponents, launching a powerful attack. Looking back on this journey, Luo Feng's refusal to lend the supreme treasure to the Nine Swords Venerable was incredibly wise. If he had lent it out, let alone finding the treasure, whether he could even survive the first day on the Primordial Star was uncertain. And in a place like this, 10 precious treasures, weren't they commonplace?